Minor spoilers for Infinity War. I'm mostly restricting myself to stuff you would have found out in the trailers, but just so you know. If you had 10 people and only 5 chairs, I think most people would say, hey, let's get 5 more chairs. Let's go buy them or make them or whatever. But if you're Thanos, let's just kill the 5 people so now we have enough chairs. Hi, I'm Mike Antonacci. I'm here to help you become the hero God is calling you to be, and Thanos is totally wrong about poverty. So, Thanos' plan is to kill half the life in the universe, and so far he's been going planet by planet and, having his troops kill half the people at random. He wants to make sure you're not giving preference to rich or poor, and his reason is that there aren't enough resources for the number of beings, and so by killing half, then everyone else can live also. And now he's seeking the Infinity Gauntlet and all 6 stones so he can just, at the snap of his fingers, make half the people die. Now, at first glance, the word you might use to describe what Thanos is trying to do is solving overpopulation. But the word overpopulation is slightly not the most accurate because it implies overpopulated compared to what? Or like for what purpose? If you say there's too many people, too many people to sustain, too many people because you just don't like people, there's different reasons. And so his stated reason is too many people for the universe's resources to sustain. There's actually a better word that describes that, and that word is poverty. That there aren't enough resources for people to live. So would you say, in order to fight poverty, we're going to kill half the people? You'd say, okay, that's probably a stupid plan. Also, if you have this glove that can do anything you want because it's infinitely powerful, there are a lot of other approaches you could take instead of killing half the people, like make more resources, make a machine that just, here's food, or make people photosynthesize, or I don't know, comment below with what you would do instead if you had the Infinity Gauntlet and you were trying to fight poverty. No, seriously, I want to hear what you would do if you had the Infinity Gauntlet and poverty was your reason for, the snap of the fingers doing something. Chances are killing half the people is probably not what you would want to do. So, kind of end that rant and move on to a different rant. If I've done this correctly, I've just tricked you. Because I said, comment with how you would fight poverty. And that's a phrase that I don't normally use, but you probably were just like, oh yeah, this sounds like a good idea. It's very interesting for me what verbs people use. I think it shows what your motives are more than you necessarily think. I also am aware that a lot of people are very flippant with what words they use, but let's zoom in on what fight poverty means. It means you see this primarily as a problem to be solved. Versus, let's take hunger, for example. Fighting hunger, solve a problem. Feed the hungry, love a very specific person who's in front of me right now. Or, I'm supporting some bigger group that's able to do it at a larger scale than I am. Because when you get too much into the problem to be solved mentality, I think it can be easy to start thinking like Thanos, obviously not on the same level. If poverty is a problem to be solved, the poor are a problem to be solved. And one solution to that is to eliminate them. Now, a better solution for, hunger, feed them. If they don't have clothes, give them clothes. And obviously we also need to look at the bigger picture systems, like what went wrong with why they're so homelessness, for example. Why are they homeless? What happened? Did they lose their job? Did they not have friends that were able to support them for a temporary period of time? There's a lot of stuff there, and we also should be addressing that. And at the same time, we need to tangibly love the person in front of us. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to solve the system thing and not feed you. Look, I'm going to feed you right here, right now, and also try to make sure either you can get back on your feet or prevent the same thing from happening to someone else. Thanos is wrong about poverty because he sees it as a problem to solve, especially by killing people, when in fact the solution is to love the poor, love the person in front of you right here and right now. To ratchet things up a bit, in Matthew chapter 25, it's Jesus' famous thing of I was hungry and you gave me food, I was thirsty and you gave me drink, etc., for all the other of the corporal works of mercy. And then the righteous will say, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you and thirsty and give you drink? And all of the rest. And he said, whatever you did to the least of these, you did it to me. And then the flip side, I was hungry and you gave me no food, thirsty and you gave me no drink, naked and you did not clothe me, did not visit me in prison, and for the rest. And the wicked will say, when did we see you hungry or sick or imprisoned? And Jesus says, what you did not do for the least of these, you did not do for me. Ow! Also notice Jesus didn't say, I was hungry and you killed me. Or, there were a lot of us hungry and you killed half of us and we took the other people's food. There's this really amazing line in St. Catherine of Siena's dialogues. I guess dialogue, singular. So it's God the Father talking to her. And there's this part where God says, I want you to love me the way that I love you, gratuitously and not out of duty. But that's impossible for you because I loved you first. So any love you have for me, you owe me because I loved you first. So that is why I've put you among your neighbors, so you can do for them what you cannot do for me. And whatever you do to the least of these, you did it to me. Mother Teresa once said we should thank God for the poor because they help us love God better. So by feeding the hungry, yes, we're obeying a command of Jesus. Yes, we're doing it for him. But the poor we're serving are not just benefiting. We are being able to love God more because of that. The heroes are the ones who stand against Thanos and his plan to kill half of the universe. Heroes now are the ones who seek to feed the hungry, to fight poverty, etc., tangibly, not as a problem to be solved, but as a person to be loved. P.S. Be a hero today.